Welcome back to Inside the Heat. After 3 years at the University of Connecticut, Ray Allen had already become UConn's first two-time All-American, their third all-time leading scorer, and he set their single-season record with 115 trays. Now, in his final season there, he was named Big East Player of the Year, and his Huskies won the Big East tournament. With those accolades behind him, Ray decided to become an early entry candidate for the 1996 NBA Draft. And on June 26 in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Ray Allen's NBA career began.
With the 5th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Ray Allen from the University of Connecticut.
In a draft class that included Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, and Steve Nash, Allen never made it to the Timberwolves. He was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks in exchange for Stephon Marbury. Talk about the thrill of draft night and being traded on draft night. That must have been a crazy night.
You know, that whole night I wasn't happy because I didn't really know how it worked. So when the cameras came over my table, I was like, this is not happening. I'm not going to Minnesota. Then I put my hat on, and then they pulled me down stage, and they said there's been a trade. And I was like, I got traded already? That was the start of it for me, and we worked it out.
Now you are known as one of the greatest shooters, maybe the best outside shooter in the history of the NBA. When did the development of that shot begin?
I never really set out to be a great shooter. I remember when I first got drafted, I had to figure out how I was going to apply what I could do to the Milwaukee Bucks system at the time. And I was a slasher shooter. And then after a while, I must have got my shot blocked by every shot blocker in the NBA. Those guys just kind of made me stay on the perimeter a little bit more. The court is so spaced, you know, use your three-pointer as a weapon, but then get into the paint. 5
to shoot, forces a tough shot, hit it! Oh, he faded away! Ray Allen in your face!
In 1998, you got a part in a Spike Lee movie starring Denzel Washington, He Got Game. How did that whole thing come about?
We were playing in the Garden at the end of the year, and Spike was sitting on the sideline, and he said that he had a part that he wanted me to audition for. And then one day I came in and I read with Denzel Washington. He said, hey, Denzel liked you, and he thinks that you really fit to play a son, so if you want the part, it's yours. And I was like, let's do it, because I didn't want to be that guy that regretted not doing it and watching the movie 10, 20 years later and saying, hey, that was supposed to be me in that movie.
Allen's most successful season with the Bucks was during the 2000-2001 season when he won the three-point shooting contest during All-Star Weekend. He also led the Bucks to the Eastern Conference Finals alongside Sam Cassell and Glenn Robinson, where they lost in a 7-game series to the 76ers.
It was a great series. We went at it against Allen Iverson, and they had a great team. You know, that year we played great basketball. They had a lot of talent on that Milwaukee Bucks team.
Here's Ray Allen.
You look back and it would change the course of my career if we had won that year.
Midway through the 2002-2003 season, Allen was dealt to the Seattle Supersonics in exchange for Gary Payton.
Check this out, New Jersey, same old Ray.
Ray Allen going deep for the win.
Talk about your time in Seattle and what you remember most.
It was great because, you know, I inherited a young team, guys that, you know, I enjoyed playing basketball in Seattle. And it taught me how to be a better leader moving forward because I had a lot of older players in Milwaukee. It did help me round out who I was as a player.
And that's where your friendship with Rashard Lewis, your current Heat teammate, began.
Yeah, and he was a young player, and the one thing about him was he was still trying to find his way. And when I came, I could sense his gravitation towards me to where he can help himself get better, and he did that. He made himself an all-star.
When I took that next level of being a consistent three-point shooter and a jump shooter was when Ray Allen came to the team. You know, you kind of watch him, the way he carries himself on and off the court, and the way he talked to the young guys, he really did help. He was a real true leader.
During his 5-year tenure with the Supersonics, Allen achieved many individual accomplishments. He became the 97th player in NBA history to score 15,000 points. And on April 7, 2006, Allen moved into second place on the NBA's list of all-time three-point shooters, trailing only Reggie Miller.
Here's Allen for second all-time in the NBA in 3 points scored.
After a dozen seasons in the NBA, Ray Allen had become one of the premier shooters, and his name was finding its way into the record books.